Hey guys, so some bad news for Sony fanboys, or potentially great news if you happen to be an early adopter of the PlayStation Vita. Sony have announced that they will refund $25 in cash or credit, or a $50 voucher to anyone who bought a PlayStation Vita before June 1st, 2012. If you're entitled to this rebate, Sony will get in contact with you by email. Now, how did this come about? Well, Sony have agreed to settle with the Federal Trade Commission over claims that they were involved in false advertising in regards to the Vita. The FTC's main issues were with Sony's claim that the Vita allowed players to pause a game on the console and use the Vita to resume play using the cross-save feature. The issue here is that cross-save works for fuck all games, but the FTC believes that Sony's advertising made it look like it worked for every game. It was also failed to mention that both versions of the game needed to be owned on both PS3 and Vita. Jessica Rich, the FTC Director of Consumer Protection, said, "As we enter the year's biggest shopping period, companies need to be reminded that if they make product promises to consumers, as Sony did with the game-changing features of its PS Vita, they must deliver on those pledges." Now, there's nothing new here. Companies are always trying to get away with shady advertising, and Sony just happened to get caught. But honestly, this to me seems like a huge waste of taxpayers' money. It's just pointless, really. Alright, they may have won, but was it worth it? And all the legal fees that went with it. Look, I don't agree with companies trying to trick their consumers with this bullshit, but I definitely don't agree with us pursuing them through the courts for such a trivial sanction. Having said that, I don't think they should get away with it either. But if you are going to drag it through the courts, at least make it so that a penalty will hurt, so that they will think twice about doing it next time. And I just know that most people who have a Vita are probably just going to get a $50 voucher, which means shit to Sony. It just seems like a huge waste of time and money when there are much more important things that the FTC could and should be doing. To be honest, I think Sony need to watch themselves. Microsoft is surely starting to catch up with them at the minute with all their price deals. Sure, you can pick up an Xbox One for like 350 now, and Sony have admitted it themselves. They're not sure how the PS4 is doing so well. If bad press keeps catching up with them like this, now I know it will take a lot more than one little article and getting caught in one small bit of false advertising, but they've had a few issues in the past. But you never know, Microsoft may end up coming out on top in this generation. And I, to be honest, think this will be the last generation of consoles. But you never know. And also, the Vita is dead anyways. Not officially, but it is as good as dead. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Oh yeah, and apologies on my shit driving. I haven't played Drive Club in a while.